Ever feel like airplane etiquette is this giant mystery?
Yeah, like decoding some ancient scroll.
Right. Today, we're going deep on this, airplane etiquette, but with a twist.
Buckle up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're looking at whether men and women, actually see things differently up in the air.
See if those Mars-Venus stereotypes actually hold any water at 30,000 feet.
Our source.
Data on the screen, numbers come alive. Male, female flows where the patterns thrive. Visual charts, public outlets unify. Gender decoded, bringing truth to light. Watch them all drum fill. We break it down, real talk. Trends unveiling, facts from every block. Here's your insight, watch the data glide. Gender decoded, let the beats collide.
There are some fascinating gender differences that pop up when you look at what people find rude in the air.
Okay, spill the tea. What kind of data are we talking about here?
So we're diving into a recent survey all about airplane etiquette, and the results are honestly pretty eye-opening.
I am so ready for this. So, what's the biggest shocker? What really sets men and women apart when it comes to bad plane manners?
Okay, brace yourself because this one's a doozy. It's all about those tiny travelers' babies on board.
Wait, hold up. Are you telling me people actually find it rude to bring babies on planes?
Well, according to the survey, yeah. A significant number of people do. And the real kicker is there's a whopping 14% difference between how men and women feel about it.
14%. That's huge. So, are dudes just way more bothered by crying babies than women are?
That's exactly what the data shows. Men are significantly more likely to find it rude to have a baby on board.
That's interesting. I kind of thought it'd be the other way around. Maybe women are just more used to the chaos of kids and all that.
You might be onto something there. Studies have actually shown that women tend to have a higher tolerance for noise and general commotion.
So all those years of juggling a million things at home and dealing with screaming kids are actually paying off.
Exactly. Plus, let's be real, in most families, women are still often the primary caregivers, so they're probably just more accustomed to handling babies in public.
True. And I bet there's also that whole empathy thing going on. Women are often seen as being more nurturing and understanding.
Yeah. And there's research to back that up, too. Studies suggest women might be more empathetic to a parent struggling with a fussy baby.
It's not just about being used to it. It's about actually feeling for the parents and maybe the baby, too.
It's like that whole noise-canceling headphone situation. Maybe men are secretly wishing they had those on every flight.
Makes sense. Speaking of trying to tune things out, the survey also uncovered something pretty surprising about those dreaded middle seat bathroom breaks.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm always the one stuck in the middle.
Right. So the survey found that women are actually more likely to find it rude to wake someone up to get to the aisle.
Wait, really? That's so counterintuitive. I would have thought women would be all about asserting their bladder rights.
Me too.
Yeah.
We've all been there, right? That feeling when you got to go, but someone's snoozing peacefully in your way.
Exactly. But the data suggests women are more hesitant to disrupt someone's sleep, even if it means holding it in a bit longer.
I wonder if that's like a socialization thing.
Yeah.
Women are often taught to be more polite and accommodating.
It could be. Or maybe it goes back to that empathy factor again. They're just super aware of how annoying it is to be woken up.
It makes sense. It's like you're putting their comfort above your own, even when you're totally bursting.
It's like a whole different level of airplane etiquette.
Right. So we've got men who are bothered by babies and women who are hesitant to wake people up for bathroom breaks. It's almost like we're from different planets.
It is pretty wild. But here's the thing. Despite all these gender differences, there's one area where men and women are totally in sync.
Okay, lay it on me. What's the universal truth of airplane annoyance?
Unruly kids. Nobody wants to be stuck next to a mini Godzilla on a flight.
Oh, yes, the great unifier. I think we can all agree on that one.
Absolutely. It transcends gender. It just highlights that basic understanding of respect for shared spaces.
Totally. And the survey actually found that men are slightly more bothered by unruly kids than women.
Maybe they just haven't perfected that noise tolerance yet.
Huh. Makes you wonder what their go-to survival tactic is. Earplugs. Meditation.
Maybe they just close their eyes and dream of that noise-canceling utopia.
Fair enough. So, okay, we've covered babies, bathroom breaks, and unruly kids. What about other common plain pet peeves? Like, are there any gender differences when it comes to talking to strangers or switching seats or that whole reclining your seat debacle?
You know what? Those are actually pretty gender-neutral issues. Both men and women seem to have similar feelings about them.
So those hot-button topics are truly universal. It's really those more nuanced situations where the Mars versus Venus thing comes into play.
Exactly. It's like there's this baseline of airplane etiquette that everyone agrees on, but then there are these subtle differences in how we perceive certain behaviors.
So as we navigate the friendly skies, it's not about saying one gender is right or wrong.
Yep. It's about recognizing that people have different comfort levels and expectations. And honestly, a little empathy goes a long way.
Especially when you're crammed into a tiny metal tube for hours on end.
For real. So next time you're flying, just remember that the person next to you might be coming from a totally different perspective.
It's all about understanding and respecting those differences.
Yeah.
And maybe investing in some good noise-canceling headphones.
Now that's some solid advice.
This has been a fascinating deep dive. It really makes you think, like if you could write the ultimate airplane etiquette guide, what would be your top rule? And would it be different for men and women?
Whew, that's a tough one. It really gets at the heart of how we interact in shared spaces and what we consider common courtesy.
I love it. Definitely something to ponder next time you're boarding a plane.
Absolutely. Safe travels, everyone.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.